Okay, so did it ever feel like a final something when you were out there tonight? Did you think about it at all?
No, I mean it just felt like the last start of a a season. Not anything more than that.
You're always so locked in. You probably didn't want to allow yourself to soak it in too much, right?
Yeah, I mean I was just focused on trying to get the win today, and not making anything bigger or less than that. Just wanted to go out there and execute my game plan, and I didn't at times, but I had some great defensive plays behind me to make up the difference, and some timely scoring to help that too.
Did you get the sense from the fans? It seemed like they wanted to make sure they didn't miss a chance to give you an ovation. Did you sense that?
Yeah, definitely. I thought that was probably one of the best sacrifice punts I've ever given in my life. So I was like, man, that must have been great. But that ovation was pretty special, and I've always had an awkward way of acknowledging it. But I do have an appreciation and respect for the way they do accept me. So.
Your manager's not ready to think of this as the end. I mean, he's pretty hopeful that perhaps you might be back here. Are you sort of keeping everything open-minded?
Yeah, I'm just trying to be open-minded about what's coming up, and like I said, I keep repeating myself, just not dismissing anything that I haven't seen yet. But I'm a product of familiarity, and I like this team. So with that, we'll see what happens.
If this is your last game here, are you prepared to walk away and end this chapter?
I don't have an answer for that.
In the first inning, you threw a couple of 93 fastball to Puig. It's just like it's the last game. Let me just give it all here, or a little emotion there.
I think I just knew I couldn't, miss on pitches to him, and I had in the past, and they bite me in the butt. He's such an aggressive runner and baseball player that I had to make sure he's not on the bases, and just try to do a good job of that today.
Tim, what was it like for you watching Barry last night, and can you imagine the emotions that maybe other people in this room felt towards seeing you?
Yeah, it was pretty special. I mean, obviously, I think for him personally, he probably wanted to stay out there longer, and I can empathize with that, but. Just to be in that kind of like situation today, you kind of really see what's going on, the emotions that are tied with it, and and I'm still trying to figure out how to handle it.
How would you evaluate where you are now with the season completed as far as your pitching from where you were at the beginning of the season?
I mean, I said the other day, I feel like I got some upside just because I've been willing to make some changes, and I haven't feel like I've gotten anywhere near where I feel like I should be, but you got to take the positives with it and move on, and I got to get ready for next year.
If this is your last start for the Giants, is there any significance having it come against the Dodgers for you?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard not to get up when you're playing, that team, across the way, and especially here, the fans want it as bad as we do. So, with that, you just try to take that approach on the field and that intense focus out there.
Did any of them say anything to you? Any of the Dodgers?
No.
Okay.
You said you acknowledged things awkwardly, but you tipped your cap when you walked off the field at the end. Was that a special effort on your part?
I don't know. I think that might have been the first or second time I've ever done that. So I just went with what most people do, and I think it worked.
Buster said you were a little amped up in the early innings, and then you settled in nicely. Did you feel a little extra adrenaline?
Yeah, I think after that first batter, and I saw my fastball was kind of going by the hitter a little bit, I kind of bought into that a little too much and forgot about my location and the other pitches that I wanted to go to, and like I said, that's where I kind of faltered in my game plan.
Tim, obviously, given your nickname, you've been the fan favorite here. I mean, what does it mean to you to have pitched the years that you pitched here since 2007?
I mean, I've just been one of the most fortunate pitchers in this organization, just to be a part of so many things. To have the guys around me, Barry Bonds, Randy Johnson, the big names, Buster Posey coming up. Pablo Sandoval. I mean, just the names kind of just don't end, and to be here to witness all the marvelous things they've done, and be here for also the team things it's been pretty special for me.
Is there a moment here with the Giants that really stands out for you as a highlight?
It'll always be the first World Series when we won it. That was the highlight.
This is the only team you've ever pitched for, obviously, but is there anything about pitching in this place that stands out that you can appreciate the most?
Yeah, I mean, just the orange and black is kind of a fearful thing. When you come here, the fans are pretty on you, and they're in it the whole game, and they know what they're talking about, so that kind of makes it even harder to come here and play. And when you got this kind of field, you got to take advantage of it. And I haven't as well as I'd like to, but there's that extra edge you have in the fans in the stadium.
You pitched so well late in the season. Do you feel that that's a long time from now, but do you feel some momentum going into next year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I always try to take the positives out of it. It's kind of hard not to, but you know, going forward, you got to focus on that and get away from the negatives. Obviously, you want to reassess what's been going on and try to fix, you know, whatever you can. But I think the positive mindset is the biggest, biggest thing for me is in going forward.